We're live off one. We're not quite live off the other.
We're up to.
We are. Welcome to the Goodwin Boxing Weekly Show. This week we've got a bit of a packed card. So we're going to start it off with the man himself, Steve, and talking about a week in Goodwin Boxing. So there's going to be a bit of news about some fights, and we've got a special unveiling.
So it's been an interesting week. We've been doing lots of contracts negotiations. We had the show at the weekend, and we've got boxers fighting on the David Hay show this weekend, which we will cover later on. But two contractual bits of business that have been done. Floyd Moore will defend his Southern Area lightweight title against Michael Devine, former prize fighter semi-finalist. That's on July the 9th at Portsmouth. And the second bit of big news is subject to board approval. Kay Prosper will take on the Turkish Lion, Siyar Ozgur, who's put his head above the parapet. And that will take place on the 16th of July. And that's subject to board approval. And Kay cannot wait for this fight. And we're very, very confident Kay wins. But more about that later on. As far as new boxers are concerned, we are delighted tonight to unveil a new signing. A fighter that could well grow to elite level. He's a light heavyweight that hasn't, for whatever reason, had the opportunities he deserves. He's a light heavyweight that was mandatory for the Southern Area title, but didn't actually fight for it. More about that later as well. But he is a man that I think that I can guide to major honours and definitely up to British title level. His name is Joel McIntyre, and he will be making his Goodwin debut on the 9th of July at Portsmouth in the Challenge Belt title, and I think that Joel will make major waves towards the end of this year and next year. And I'm delighted to welcome him to the Goodwin team, and we're now going to show you how it can be done for a fighter of his talent. So we're really excited about that. So that's really the good news of the week, and that's the best news of the week. So welcome to Joel, and I'm sure that he's made a very good decision. So I think really that's it as far as the contract's concerned. We'll review the show later on. Yeah. Fine, so I'll pass it back to you.
All right, so over in the corner then, we've got Joel with us today, the new Goodwin signing, who I'm sure we'll come on to later and discuss where you're at the moment, Joel. We've got Wadi Camacho, former prize fighter champion, social networking elitist. Yeah, I'm sure you all know Wadi from various things. And we've got Olivia with us, Olivia Goodwin, who's here to give us a bit of an insight into her kind of boxing background. So we're going to start the week off looking at the reviews from the fights that we previewed last week. So we'll start off with Joe Hughes versus Jack Cattrall. So, Steve.
Well, I think that's a fight that we're interested in, because down the line, when Kay Prosper deals with Siyar Ozgur, which he will, we're going to be looking for Joe Hughes if he's still got the title. I've got Rakeem Noble that's also after Joe Hughes as well. So it's definitely a fight I was interested in. I watched it with great interest. I thought that, with all due respect to Joe Hughes, he put up a great fight, but it was about levels, and Jack Cattrall was just too good for him. But I thought Joe put up a great fight. You know, I think the problem with him, and I think you've got to give him a lot of credit, his right arm is actually shorter than his left, and for what he's achieved in life and in boxing, I think he deserves a lot of applause. But I think he found where his level was that day, and it's just short of British level. So he's still got the English title, and he's a worthy champion at that level, and he'll defend it. But he'll be getting plenty of challenges from the Goodwin team in the not too distant future.
So you'll be in contact.
We'll be in contact.
Right, we've got a few interactions already. Keep firing them in. We'll come to them very shortly. Other fights we wanted to look at were Haskins versus Morales. Any of you gents catch Lee Haskins?
No, I didn't.
No, that's a quick segment. Right. Steve, let's check it out. Olivia?
I watched it.
It was.
What did you think?
Well, I thought I like Haskins. He's got the almost Nassim-esque cockiness about him. He leaves his chin out. He drops his hands, but I can't stand his hugging at times.
Did you see the Stuart Hall tweet?
Yeah.
Great for 6
Send him into sleep. Yeah.
He's looking for the fight, isn't he, Stuart?
He's mandatory now, isn't he?
Yeah.
So yeah, that'd be a good
I mean, Lee's technically great. He's a very good fighter, isn't he? I remember him though fight. Do you remember him fighting European against Jamoy that time ago? He got battered.
Yeah.
In France, but he's a great fighter. He deserves the opportunity. He's been avoided.
Yeah. And
you know, he's got his just desserts, and he's managed to win a world title, and full credit to him.
Yeah.
It's now whether he can go on from there. I think he'll beat Stuart Hall.
Yeah.
But I think I'm not sure when he moves up another level to the elite level, he's going to be good enough for that. But full credit to him for what he's achieved.
Yeah. No, I love Lee Haskins. I think he's great. We'll quickly do a few of these questions. So we've got Floyd Moore's watching. So Floyd, we've announced your fight coming up. Ben Horner, Nathan Dale versus Rakeem Noble for Southern Area. Make it happen.
Well, I don't think that's going to happen at this moment in time, but I think that's a fight down the line. It's funny, Rakeem's getting a lot of people calling him out after he suffered the knockdown against the house. I think everybody thinks they can beat him, but I think that's a fight that we would take down the line, definitely, to move towards the end of the year.
Yeah. Shane Watson, what's next for Viola Cutis?
I'm always manager. Need to ask Spencer Field. That's not my department, Shane.
Richard Sims, the show in Pompey on the 9th of July is shaping up really nice. Should be a good night.
For sure, we've got Floyd Moore, Michael Devine. You've got Joel McIntyre. Theobald is actually fighting on that. Joking aside, but he's fighting on it. And then we've got Lucas Ballingal fighting for a challenge belt. And we've got the debut in the primary of Charlie Quinn from Portsmouth, also from Southampton, who's an exceptional talent on light heavyweight, so he's on the bill as well. There's some more names to be added.
Yeah.
Great bill. It's going to be a great bill.
Chris Wadhams, I didn't see Haskins.
Dave Birmingham, by the way, the footballer.
Didn't see Haskins because they were watching the Goodwin boxing show at York Hall. Well, Steve was at a wedding and I was at home getting drunk, so I did watch it. What time's the weigh-in for Heyday? Any idea?
Yeah, Friday, 1 o'clock. On the day is 3 o'clock, but I don't know if it's open to the public.
Don't know if it's open to the public. Chris
It's
Wadhams,
1 o'clock anyway.
1 o'clock Friday. Alright, so we're going to go on and do a preview. So speaking of Heyday, it's a good opportunity to take a look at it. So you've got a number of fighters that are appearing on the undercard. So should we start off, let's have a look at the main event of the undercard. We've got Markham versus Mullender. Let's go to Olivia, because I know you know both gentlemen.
Yeah.
It's for the English middleweight title. How do you see it?
I think it does depend on how Lee comes down in weight, how he takes that. But
Because he's coming down from super
he's coming down. But in my opinion, I believe Joe's on the up and Lee's on the down. So in my opinion, Joe wins. And obviously we're going to support our boys again. But obviously I hope they both come out safe and I wish them both best of luck. But I'm behind Joe all the way.
It's going to be a war, isn't it?
Yeah, it will. They're both. Do you know what? You can't. That's one thing you can't fault either of them. They both put on amazing fights every time they fight. They're amazing. But you know, there's one boy for me.
Yeah.
And that's Joe.
Yeah. You guys got an opinion on it? It's quiet over this side. Jesus.
Well, you know what he's very sort of cautious. Does what I'm
He's
saying.
understated.
Have you ever watched boxing before, Waddy?
I don't really watch. No, obviously I go and support certain boys, but them guys I haven't really seen them in action. But you know, hopefully let the best man win, and
Yeah.
hopefully show for a good night of boxing.
Joel, any opinion on either of them?
It's got a really good win, hasn't it?
Yeah.
In the team now.
That's the one. Teamwork.
Which one is that, Joel?
It is what it is.
Yeah. So what's it like going on the undercard? Because you were on the last Hay undercard, weren't you?
Yeah, it was a nice experience to be back at the O2.
Yeah.
Big stage. You know, I just kept myself nice and composed because I've been up there. I knew how to obviously work around the big massive crowd. Just went there, just done the business what I had to do. You know, prior to that as well, I had a 10-round Southern Area title coming up. So I decided to go through the gears and go for 6 rounds with the guys instead of just trying to blow him out.
Yeah.
First round, second round.
Yeah. Alright, cool. So who else on the undercard then?
We've got some exciting. We've got the Floyd Moore fight against Jordan Vasilev. Vasilev actually beat Floyd, knocked him out 8 rounds a few years ago.
Yeah.
We think Floyd's come on since then. He's always been after his revenge, so he's got his revenge. Hopefully on Saturday. Ollie Patterson, light heavyweight. Dan Keenan, the welterweight. They're both on as well. And Mr. Prosper, who's going to have a little warm up for his big fight in July. But he's not fighting. He's not fighting. Somebody that's just here for the payday. He's fighting somebody with a positive record. And Kay hopefully said he'll get through him. And then it'll be Sia Osgood that will feel the wrath from Kay on the 16th of July.
We've seen Kay, he's looking...
He's ready for
looking
that fight,
sharp.
trust me. Ready for that fight.
Yeah, then we've got Shannon Briggs possibly.
We don't know who's fighting, do we?
He's
Actually, the Nick Webb Harry Miles fight, if that stays, Harry's not. He was a good cruiserweight. He'll come and have a go. I think Nick Webb's going to be too big for him.
Yeah.
But that'll be, I think it'll be good to watch. Shannon Briggs, well, that's a circus show, isn't it? And with all due respect, it's more about the let's go champ than the boxing. I'm sure he'll knock over who he knocked over, and I'm sure they'll set up a fight in September or whenever that is with David Hay. And I think, to be honest, the Hay Shannon Briggs fight, it'll be criticised, but it'll get a lot of publicity for boxing, and any publicity is good publicity.
Yeah.
Not saying that I don't think David Hay beats him. So it's all being set up for the Hay Briggs fight, which I think will be, a really big event in September time.
Yeah. And then we've obviously got David Hay as a main event. What you got? I'm not going to try and pronounce his opponent's name because I can't. The Cobra, I think he goes by. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think it's just going to be probably a first or second round performance. Like I said, I've sparred with David Hay, and yes, he's moved up a weight. His speed is just incredible still, and his reaction. So yes, the other guys are probably about 6'5", a bit more taller than Hay. But he's just going to do the same performance what he normally does.
Yeah. Joel?
Well, it's all going on at heavyweight at the moment, isn't it? So I think David Hay does have to have these sort of, no disrespect to the opponent, but does have to have these sort of fights that he's back in.
Yeah.
And I think that's what he's going to do, and I think it'll just be a distraction.
Yeah. More than one round?
Probably not. He is a dynamic, and he's a serious fighter, and he's.
Yeah.
I love the way he fights, to be honest. He's just so fast and so powerful, and he's put on a bit of weight now, but it's to keep him mixing around with the bigger lads, because obviously I think Adam Booth kept him at lower weight to make him fast, but he's kept his speed, and he's also got more muscle, more power, bigger legs. Obviously, he can take bigger digs. Then I think he's just going to pulverise the guy.
So hopefully we'll see him move on bigger fights.
Shannon Briggs fight is interesting to me. I like saying that.
Yeah. Alright, cool. So we're going to have a quick look at the bets of the week. So reviewing last week, Kev and Steve, you were right in picking Andrew Selby to win. A grand total of 1-20. Well done, gents. You really put your neck out there, didn't you?
That was no good bets, was it? It was all.
Me and
Yeah, Josh and I both picked Lee Haskins to win just outright. So we picked up a win there. So that leaves as a position. Josh is winning. If we started with, I can't remember the maths, is it 100 quid?
If you put 100 quid each week, I'd say.
Okay, then Josh is currently £79.36 up. I'm £76.47 up. Down. Trying to get away with that. Kevin and Steve, Steve, our betting expert, £95 down. So
How come I'm not involved in that?
how come you're not?
You don't watch any boxing.
You never watch it.
But I could
You
choose
never
one.
watch it, Waddy.
There's only two guys. I could choose one another.
What we did last week?
Yeah, and then bets of the week, we've got this week, Kev has picked David Hay by KO within 4.5 rounds at 6-11, as has Josh. I've gone with David Hay in 1 round, and Steve are picking the same as the other two.
That has got to be. I mean, like, sometimes there are bets that stand out. That has to be a cracking bet. Hay within 4.5 rounds. I mean, that guy is not going up to into the fifth. There's just no way.
That's pretty money.
That is pretty money. 6-11, so you're talking less than 1 or 2 on. That is outstanding. But that guy is not going 4 rounds.
Yeah.
No way.
So get your money back off Steve next week when it goes 6 rounds, based upon your position in the table. All right. So the other thing we need to review from last week was your own show, which we said you were away at a wedding, but I know you'd have been briefed.
Well, I was following it. Everybody was texting the results through, so there were some good performances on there. Special credit, I think, Dino Richardson in his second pro fight has now won 2 out of 2 by stoppage. I mean, I'm not going to go through the 16 fights, but I think his fight was good. Mark Little, I think, could be a dark horse in the cruiserweight division in time, given the nurturing. With no amateur experience, he had a good performance and beat Florian Strupitz, who the week before drew with Ryan Crawford and beat Aji Sharif.
Yeah.
a month or so before. So that was good. And I think overall it was one of those nurturing cards where the boxers were just building up. I mean, the July show is humongous for the titles. That was a fight where you'll see boxers in their preparation in their early stages more than anything else, or sort of mid preparation fights rather than anything else. So it was one of those nights. But the boxers done well. The only reversal we had out of 16 fights was Ozzy Jervier.
It's a bit of a shock as well, wasn't it?
I mean, I don't know what happened to him because he's won his first 3 by knockout and he got floored himself in the second round. And I haven't been trying. I'm going to speak to him. I've been trying to speak to him. We keep missing each other. But I mean, we'll bring him back. It won't make any difference to his career going forward. But just need to ascertain what went wrong because he shouldn't have lost that fight.
Yeah.
He got beat. He got beaten.
I left to go to work.
Yeah, it's really surprising.
You weren't watching it, Waddy?
Huh?
You weren't watching?
I had to leave it
there.
now. I've roughed now. I'm working.
Alright, so we're going to go and hit some interactions quickly. Let me scroll back through.
You've got to go for the Nathan Weeks comment.
Right, give me 2 seconds. Any Goodwin shows in June at York Hall?
No, because bearing in mind we haven't got TV and boxers have to sell tickets to get paid, we think June, well, our statistics tell us June in the European Championships are just going to impact massively on the boxers, and I don't want our boxers fighting for no money.
Okay, is the undercard for Hay being shown on TV?
They're showing the best of it in the 9 to 12 slot. The undercard's going before 9, and then they'll show the best of it in the later programme.
Okay, Russ Jones, Markham versus Munder's going to be an all-out war. Yeah, I completely agree. Richard Sims, any chance to find out if the Saturday weigh-in will be open to the public, please? Kev, that's your...
The Saturday weigh-in won't be.
Saturday weigh-in won't be.
No, because that'll be within the venue, so...
Okay. Mark Little fancies Mullinder, late stoppage. Probably a good shout. Nathan Weiss, Steve, you've got a big spider on your shoulder, a big black one.
Right.
Am I?
There's another one.
Okay, I'm going to keep going down. JP Smith, Steve, can you give us more info on the K Prosper versus Sam Mason news that was mentioned this week? So that's off the board. So
Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing I didn't mention. Kay's also been nominated for an English title eliminator, so we could have avoided Sir Osgood if we're looking for a way out and just gone for that fight instead. But Kay said, I'll beat Osgood and then I'll take Amazon as well. He's the man's ready to go. He doesn't think Osgood's going to pose any threat at all, so he wants to get rid of him in July and use it just as a warm-up for Amazon. That's his plan. So hopefully he's right, and we think he wins.
So how does that work then? When does that have to happen?
Well, you've got purse bids are out for the Amazon fight by the first week of June,
Yeah.
and the fight has to be staged end of September.
Okay.
So we're more than happy to accommodate Amazon, and we'll deal with him. But we'll take Osgood in July, and we'll take Amazon happily in September if that's the case. And Kay will take them. Just go through them.
Yeah. Okay. Kevin, do you want to read out the Nathan Weiss one?
Have you seen it? It says, Steve Goodwin, come to my barber shop and I'll get you a better fade. I'll give you a better...
I like Nathan, he's great.
He has got loads of laughing faces.
He's great, Nathan. Good kid.
So yeah, that's been followed up by Anto up.
Oh God, it was
Taking
fun.
great amusement at it. Yeah.
Are you looking for the spider? He's looking on his shoulders.
Right, any that we've missed off there, I'll come back to shortly. So, right, I want to crack on and speak to our man Joel. How you doing, Joel?
Very well.
Excellent.
Right.
So you've travelled up from Portsmouth.
Yes,
To the
me and my
afternoon.
brother-in-law, we drove up.
Excellent. All right. So, what brings you here then? What's you've moved recently into Steve's camp. What's the kind of driving force behind moving into the Goodwin boxing brand?
Well, to be honest, my year's just not started very well. For a few reasons. Don't really want to go into it, to be honest. But the fact is, I just didn't feel like I was really getting anywhere where I was before.
Yeah.
And I had to look at options. I asked for my contract back in the end from my manager before, and eventually he gave it back to me. Set up a meeting and spoke to Goodwin. I had nothing but good things from people like that are signed. So not just people that know.
So what are your aspirations now then, in terms of, as Steve mentioned, you were Southern Area mandatory previously?
Yeah, Southern Area mandatory. I got sort of. I got pushed out a little bit, didn't I, Steve?
Who was responsible for that, Joel?
Oh, I don't know, it was just some bruiser. Shit fade, apparently. No, it was fun. I mean, we came in and had the meeting last week, and it was all sort of straight open. Steve had nothing. He said, "Listen, it's business. You wasn't on the team. You wasn't with me. I didn't want my guy to fight you, and the other guy, he wasn't getting the best offer to fight you. It was a no-brainer for the other guy, who's Kelvin Young. It was a no-brainer for him, and so we kind of phased you out, you know. And Southern Areas for me, I failed when I fought for it before, and I want to take that step. I want to take that first step. I don't want to sort of jump anyone in the queue, but I do want to take that step, and I think that'll should put me in the top 10 nicely, and it should sort of put me right in contention with a bit of clout, you know.
Yeah.
Proper title.
So as a boxer, like when you see you've been manoeuvred out previously by someone like Steve, like, does that then make you admire from afar, or think fuck him? What's the
Who?
like you as a boxer when you see that? Do you think that's good management and you want into that?
I see it's very good management, yeah. And I'd heard like things about what had happened behind the scenes. Obviously, my manager. I didn't know at the time. He was just saying to me, "Yeah, you're mandatory," which, granted, fair play to him, I was. But then it's just the way it happens. The board wants the thing. The board wants the title in circulation.
Yeah.
And it's a vacant title, and just so happened a few people didn't want to fight me, and it was difficult to make. And so other guys, they put them forward for it.
Yeah.
It's just one of the things. It's business.
Yeah.
Plus, it's a little bit of a compliment. If no one wants to fight you, it's kind of a compliment, isn't it?
So what are you looking at fight-wise now then? Where do you want to be? Back to the Southern Area?
I think so. I want to come. I haven't fought for nearly over 5 months.
Yeah.
Nearly 6 months. Just so happens there's a show coming up in Portsmouth, which is my hometown, which I can't wait to get on that. That'd be brilliant. I haven't fought in Portsmouth for a long time. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to getting going. This will be for a challenge belt, 8-rounder. Hopefully a good live opponent.
Yeah.
Who's a decent name, or someone that's definitely gonna come fight. Yeah. And I'm just looking forward to it.
So you get that under your belt and then move on through the rest of 2016.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's been a late start. It's been a slow start to the year. I always said 2016 is going to be my best year. It's been a slow start, but it'll pick up.
Yeah. Excellent.
I think I made the right move, put it that way.
Well, I'm sure no one's going to disagree around the table. Right, let's have a quick look through these. So, Eric Guy, was your last 2 shows filmed? Sorry, was not there.
Yes, but you're welcome to come back on July the 16th, Eric, as long as you're prepared to film for a long day. But it's going to be a serious day.
Russ Jones, Steve, do you rate Freddie Turner? He's a free agent and he's boxed in your shows before. Could he be a possible signing?
We don't doubt Freddie Turner is a fantastic boxer, super talented. If he is a free agent, and I mean a free agent, that means he's not in management, then he can give us a call.
Okay.
And we can talk to him.
Michael Perk, keep up the good work. Evening, Mustard, you alright, mate?
Good old Mustard.
Yeah. Carl Myers, Wadi Camacho and Joel McIntyre, both top lads.
Okay.
Lovely. Cheers.
Good man, Carl. Nathan Rice, big up Steve Goodwin, always puts on a good show and respect to all the fighters.
So top guy.
Andy Gattensby, Joel for president. I think you're probably a little bit late into the
Really?
running. I don't know, give it
I've
a
got a
go.
hair that goes to Donald Trump hair. It looks a bit
Does that match your new entrance music?
What? Too sexy?
I'm Too Sexy.
You ain't seen me.
Can you talk us through how you came to the ring to the music of I'm Too Sexy?
I didn't walk to that. I refused to walk to that. I didn't find it funny at the time. I was all business based at the time, and that music came on. People don't know, do they? That's what happened. It's Southern Area fight. I'm getting ready to walk out for the biggest fight of my life. Someone thought it was a good idea to put I'm Too Sexy on. I didn't find it funny at all, but obviously now it's a crease out. But yeah, I was kicking
Does
off.
that put you off? Like, as you're
No, it
stood
didn't put me
there?
off. It didn't put me off, but I said, I ain't walking to that. I ain't walking to that. And my trainer, Harry Andrews, my old trainer, was saying to me, "Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go." I'm like, "No, I ain't walking." Started kicking stuff in the video. It was brilliant. It was funny, yeah.
Oh wow.
There's probably Shinkrin in that. I know they like a joke.
We've got Linus Utopia. Evening, Linus.
Super talent.
Yes, boys, looking good. I assume you're talking to the 2 snapbacks on my right. Handsome set over it. Right, so we're going to go and have a look now at Wadi. So So we've got the current Southern Area Cruiserweight champion. You not brought your belt with you?
No, I haven't got it. I had to give it back.
Did you?
Yeah,
Ah.
I'll get it back. But the guy's cool, and he said to me, whenever you do need it, you can give me a shout. I'll collect it.
Is that to the former champion or to the board? What happened?
No, to one of the guys. One of the guys from the board.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He actually keeps it indoors. He said he polishes it every day. So
Something looks after it better than you would, man.
there you go.
Alright, so you won it against Dan Woodgate going back a couple of months.
Yeah.
So how was that fight for you then? Dan's obviously a bit of a tough operator, good man.
Yeah, obviously, as I know now, yes, he's a lovely guy. But, you know, I went there to go and do what I had to do, you know. I wasn't there to say anything bad on social media. I just couldn't be bothered. You know, I wanted to let these bad boys do the business in the ring. And just what I showed, you know, I took my time each round into, you know, fifth round came up and gave him a nice uppercut and then dropped on the floor. But I think after the fight, I think he was saying something about I was headbutting him or something like that. I headbutted him, and that's what made the cut or something like that. But he was just moaning, you should just chill. Do you know what I mean? You should chill. But yeah, great performance. You know, it was really nice. That now I've got the Southern Area, but it's like, yes, I was happy, but not that happy because for myself inside, it's like I felt that I already won that before, and I'm ready to leap up to the next level. But it was just great because since I signed with Stephen, the first thing what I said to them is that I want to have my Southern Area, go for the English, go for the British, and so on. And right now, I'm in the right track at the moment and heading up. Yeah,
because you've done those levels before, haven't you? Like you fought for the British.
Yeah, I fought for the English, then British Eliminator, then WBC Silver.
Yeah. So
I've had the nice mixtures. I fought in a higher platform.
Yeah.
But you know, it's all about doing it my way. No one telling me what to do, this and that. I sit down with the boss, Steve, and then we plan that little route into I can understand this and that. I bring the boss, Louise, as well. And you know, we jiggle things around and we make understanding and we go forward. But no one else tells me what to do.
Because you seem like a new man, I think, since signing with Steve and rebuilding. Like you seem like you got a new lease of life about you.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I feel, I'm not sure if it's because of, you know, I've got my daughter now, like she's coming up to 1, but I don't know if it's that or maybe the horrible things was happened before, like when I lost 2 fights up in Wales and that. I took completely 2 months off of like no boxing, no watching, no boxing. Just to
You're still doing that now, aren't you?
Pardon?
Still not watching any boxing.
Yeah, I watch some boxing. But remember, I go to every single show of Steve Goodwin.
You do.
So, but yeah, it's just one of the things that, you know, I took the time off just to think about the mistakes I was doing or why was I making the mistakes. And now I just find that boxing is just so easy. I can make it so easy for myself. It's like, why do I have to have a fight and make it so difficult for myself?
Yeah.
And, you know, and July the 16th is going to be another easy performance, but obviously I'm gonna take it serious, but it's going to be easy performance.
Yeah. So you're defending your Southern Area title.
That's correct. So defending it so I can get myself mandatory for the English title.
Yeah. Who's the current English cruiserweight?
I believe he's Matty Askey.
Oh, is he? Yeah. He's fighting Benefit, didn't he?
Yeah. So he defended it for, once, just probably a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if he wants to obviously, you know, defend it against me or he might vacate it and whatever. But listen, I'm not here for names and this and that. I just want them titles.
Yeah.
Simple.
We got some names for you in a minute, so that's
tough. What can I say?
But to back up what Wadi said, he's one of the very few fighters that every time we go and see a show, Wadi's down there
every show,
meeting and greeting and saying hello to everyone who sits around.
That's it.
And like
it's all about showing a bit of love now, because I know everyone shows me a bit of love when I've got my fights or they're helping me out with certain things. So all I can do is just, you know, show my respect as well, like that.
Yeah. How does it mean to you, Steve, in terms of like seeing your fighters coming there? Because like when you attended the press conference for a show that he wasn't fighting on.
I mean, I've got a really. I mean, I get on well. Class one is a friend of mine, and Louise, they're a lovely couple, and he's a special person. And people will go on, you know, about Wadi's so hard to deal with. He's the easiest boxer that I deal with. You do sit down and we'll start, but he's so we discuss, we plan together, we're good friends, and he comes and supports us, and it's really nice of him to do that.
Yeah, that's something. You are one of the very few that I see down there. Nearly every show. Mingling. Alright, so what we're going to do is resurrect our chat shit get banged moment. So Kay Prosper is still being talked about by various fighters on social media. So here's your opportunity then, Wadi. So I don't know if you saw what we did with Kay. So we chucked a load of names at him, and instead of asking would you beat him, because clearly you're going to back yourself to beat him, you're going to tell us what round you beat him instead.
Okay.
So we're going to throw some names at you. You can give us a reasoning if you want, or you can just tell us what round you beat, or you can go to points if you're not backing yourself with it.
Okay.
So first one, John Lewis Dickinson.
I'll beat him. And how would I beat him? I will knock him out, but it won't be at the beginning. You know, I'll be working myself through. So I'll say after 6th round onwards of that, but it would not go to points.
No. All right. Matty Askin. You mentioned his name earlier.
Oh, Matt Askin. Matt Askin, if I fight him, I think that'll be a close one as well. That'll be underneath probably 5 rounds.
Close one under 5 rounds.
Because you know why? Because he started, obviously, because I've seen him before in the past, and I know, especially obviously he had like 1 round with Lawrence Bennett, but not taking nothing from that. But
he was struggling with the southpaw stance against Bennett.
Yeah, probably as well. But it's just with me, I'll give problems to anyone right now at this moment. But yeah, underneath 5 rounds.
Excellent.
Close one, that.
One that we've spoken about before, Isaac Chamberlain. I think you've had you and Eddie Hearn have discussed this at a nightclub. Isaac Chamberlain.
Really and truly, that name I shouldn't even really be saying nothing like that, because he's definitely not on my radar, you know. But yes, if he's obviously looking to challenge for that belt, I'll beat him as well. Like that won't go on points. Really and truly, you know, most of any fighters that you're obviously gonna throw at, it's not gonna go to points because obviously that's not my stuff.
Yeah.
You know, yes, I'm gonna break them down slowly, but after that, the big punches will obviously land and like that.
Alright, so one that you might have a bit of history with, Stephen Simmons, Cookie Monster.
Oh, Stephen Simmons, I pray to Lord if I can have that fight, you know. You know, as probably everyone's obviously seen that fight, you know, I was obviously at beating him for at least 4 rounds, but you know, the whole point of that fight, the preparation wasn't right in the gym. I won't get, you know, as a lot of people don't know, for that fight there, I was only getting like 6 rounds, 7 rounds of sparring, and to me that's not right if I'm fighting for the WBC silver. You know, I should be sparring loads and loads and 10 rounds. But, you know, this is what happened. You know, you got lucky. Obviously, I got tired and, you know, he won. Congratulations. But I'm still going to come for you. If it's this year or next year, I'm still going to take you out, Cougar boy.
Final one. Big mate, Enzo Macrinelli.
Oh, wow. I used to always watch him like back in the days. Like, yeah, obviously, with him, that'd be lovely to obviously fight him, you know, as a name for him, you know. Yeah, that would be lovely. Obviously, all day long, I always. Not being cocky, but, you know.
Excellent. All right, so we're going to move on from there and go back to the interactions and have a quick look through.
John Murray's asked Joel if he's done his tempo today. That's a no, John. that's a no.
No, S&C in the AM, and I've got to go home later on and do the tempo.
That's the excuse, John, if you've...
Ricky Wright's asking, ask Wadi, did he watch Craig Kennedy versus Joel Jacko fight Channel 5 on Saturday? And if so, what did you think?
No, I did not. I actually tried to see if I can actually watch it the next day because I was working. But I did hear something that he went on the floor. But that's that, you know. That name is I'm not. That's in the past for me. But no, I didn't see the fight.
To be fair, he should. Going back in hindsight, he shouldn't have been down well, in my opinion, on those two. After Simmons, we're doing the right job now. We're rebuilding properly, and you build up the confidence by gradually doing it. But to go from that to go to Wales and fight Kennedy twice, in my opinion, was not the right thing to do, and it's not how you build a fighter back to go where they're going to go.
Yeah.
And what we're doing now is a proper rebuild, and it is Southern Area, and we're just going to gradually build it through. And the objective is to get to Wadi at the level that his ability will allow him to go to, and that's the same thing. And that's going to be determined by if he keeps winning.
Yeah,
And
which
that's
you
it.
will.
Yeah.
100%.
Alright, Eric Guy, got to ask Steve, since you've been promoting, what's your favourite fight you've had on your shows?
Favourite fight?
Yeah, buddy.
Gotta be a Wadi one now.
It wasn't on my show. We went away and took the money. And
That's true. That's true.
that was a great night, but it wasn't on my show. When Wadi won, it worked well. The whole thing worked well. I've got to say, I mean, the biggest success has been Johnny Garton winning an English title.
Yeah.
That's recent, but he's our first English champion. But we've got 5 kind of Southern Area champions as well. But the Johnny Garton was the highest level fight. There's been so many great nights, but you can't pick one. But Johnny Garton obviously is a great
highlight at the moment.
Yeah.
Alright, Mark Adam Little, thanks for the support on Saturday Night Wedding.
No problem.
John Murray, asked Joel if he's done his tempo
We've
today
done that.
yet. We've had that. Andy Gattenby, and what's he had for dinner? Well, you might be finding that out later as part of our challenge, but we'll come on to that in a bit. Right, so now we're going to go and move on and speak with Olivia. All right.
Hi.
So, Olivia, the obvious question, which I guess people may have read before from various interviews you've done. There's very few female promoters in boxing. Explain, how did you get into it as a female, and what's it like being a female, a high-profile female within the industry?
Well, I decided when I was younger, I was obviously ill. I decided I didn't want to go to uni. I didn't want to leave home, so I started doing like my financial stuff with my dad. But I'd always wanted to arrange events. And one day, Dad turned around and went, "What about boxing?" And that was it. That was 6 years ago. So he got his license, and then a year later, I went and got mine. And at first, it was harder because obviously I was young and I was a girl.
So how old were you at the time?
20.
Right.
Yeah. She was 20, wasn't I? Yeah. So obviously I was young and I was female, which two things that weren't really many promoters like that in boxing. But that didn't matter to me. I was going to prove it,
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing, and that's it. And now it makes no odds, absolutely no odds. I get on with everyone. I absolutely love the sport, love all the fighters. So when people ask me out, it makes absolutely no difference. But at the beginning, I probably did have to prove myself a lot more than.
So you've had more hurdles than, say,
Yeah.
Josh, your brother, who gets
Yeah,
it.
because obviously he's a lad, but he's obviously had his own because he was young as well. So it's about proving, okay, I'm young, but I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I think once you've proved it, people know what you're about and stuff. It's not an issue anymore. Like, it's just part of what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the other stuff you do is, of course, like the beauty side of things.
Yeah, so I've got my own little beauty salon and I'm a makeup artist as well. So, for instance, on the 16th of July, I've got a wedding in the morning that I've got to go to. So I'll be there at 6 a.m. and then straight from there up to the York Hall for the boxing.
Yeah, you can't miss my fight.
I'll be there.
So how much then of how much of your time, your normal day, do you spend sorting out what you're going to do in the boxing world? It's
quite divided up, so it will depend what clients I've got in. So sometimes I'll start earlier in the office, sometimes I'll finish later in the office, and sometimes I'm in the office in between. So it's just about fitting it all together and working with what my diary's telling me. So no day is ever the same. I can never plan a week in advance of I'll be there on them set hours.
Yeah.
So it's just how it works. On if I have clients, then I'm doing my clients, but every minute I'm not with my clients, I'm in here doing the boxing and everything like that.
Yeah. So how much do you enjoy it? I mean, like, if you had to pick one or the other,
I
which
couldn't.
one? Oh, if you had to.
Couldn't pick.
If you had to.
I think both of them keep me. I think I've got this from my dad because when I was 4, my dad set up his racing business, So, you know, he's a financial advisor, but he's racing. He's got that fun element to the normal work. So, obviously I've got my beauty and my makeup, but then I've got the boxing. It's completely different.
Yeah.
So, I can never get bored. I never have a day where I'm like, oh, well, you do, but not to the point that, you know, when people are like, oh, I don't want to go to work, I don't, like, a Saturday might be my only day off, but it's not a day if I'm going to the boxing, but it's still fun, I love it.
Yeah.
So you can't, I think it just works well together. It's two completely different things, and it just keeps me really level and enjoying both.
Did you get any other females come to you, find that, like, do you act, or are you inadvertently acting as an inspiration for other females looking to get into boxing?
I don't know. I haven't really had anyone contact me as such or anything like that, but I hope I do inspire people to come, because it'd be great to have other girls in this sport. So hopefully it does make people realise that don't be afraid of being a girl, like, be proud.
Yeah, there's not male dominated
titles. And the lads really are respectful and lovely. Like, you haven't got to be scared of them. Like, look at them. They're probably more girly than half the girls out there, as well as being punched in the face.
Have you ever touched up anyone's black eye after a fight? Come on.
The photo shoots, maybe, yeah.
But I mean, have you seen, are there more women getting involved in boxing, do you think? Is it something that...
I haven't seen it myself, but...
Would you like to see it? Like,
yeah, it'd be great, wouldn't it? Because there's no need for it to just be males and all of that sort of thing. Like, it's great when... The whole point is we're all just people, aren't we? And we all get on and everyone's there to help each other. And wouldn't it be great if there are... Because I know so many girls that love boxing. So many of my friends love it, but they'd never...
Take that step.
No.
You've got like Brooke doing the interview.
Oh, yeah, that's what... Yeah,
you've got Laura doing the photography.
Yeah, Laura's watching.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Laura's watching.
Good on her, Olivia.
She never misses a show, really, does she?
No.
For Laura, no. And Brooke's Brooke's just... She is boxing.
Immersed in it, yeah.
Brooke's life is boxing. So, yeah, you've got that, but I mean, promoter-wise, there's not any promoters coming in.
Yeah.
So, but no, it's great. Like, me and Brooke talk all the time. Like, I love her to pieces. Like, you know, she's great, and she's great for boxing.
Yeah.
She's always going around the gyms and everything like that. So that's great. Like, and that's what I mean. She'd back up what I'm saying is, boys don't go, oh, you're a girl, whatever. They're so nice. They give you the time. They talk. Like, she goes around doing all the interviews, and I saw she was training with them. And do you know what I mean? That's respectful, isn't it? It just shows that boxing is, as much as like people go, oh, they're punching each other in the heads. It's such a gentleman's sport. They shake hands, punch gloves at the end and have a cuddle and stuff. And how many sports do you get that? In football, they fall over.
Yeah.
It's a completely different. Like, people have to realise how much respect these boxers have for each other, and like, it's just amazing. That's why I just love the sport.
Yeah. So how do you handle press conferences now? Because I know
I
I spoke
get so nervous.
Yeah. You said before that when you started off, you really were nervous.
Oh, the first press conference I ever done, I can't even explain to you. Did I sleep the night before? I was petrified. I still get nervous now, because I'm like, I'm going to stutter, but once I'm talking, I don't shut up.
We've noticed.
Yeah, exactly, that's the problem as well. But no, I do get nervous every time, but my dad's like, oh, don't be nervous. You'll be fine. Like, he doesn't let me, like, he makes me and my brother do it, but it's good because it gives you the confidence the next time.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Excellent. Right, so we're going to go and have a look at, we've got Laura, speaking of Laura, Good on Olivia. Louise Mitchell.
Oh.
Girl power.
Woo!
What we've got here, Dean Driscoll. Hi Steve's at the Boxing Saturday. I saw a fight Mark Little. What's next for him? Seems now 3-0. So I can't make out the rest of it.
What's his story? I think his story into boxing is crazy.
Mark, yeah. I mean, Mark was 22 stone. He lost 8 stone to become a boxer, and he didn't have any amateur experience. He just fought unlicensed. So he's got he's got Paul Cook with him, but he's so committed, and he's just progressing really well. And from his first fight to his second fight and the third fight, he's just progressing. And what you've got to remember is you can't. It's not like having fighters with great amateur pedigrees where you can move them on a bit quicker. Mark will need that bit of extra nurturing because he hasn't had that experience. And I don't want to pitch him into a big fight until he's got enough experience. So, and he's only 27, I think it is. So there's no mad rush with him. So we're just going to keep building. Possibility of him fighting in Portsmouth in July. He can't. He's getting married on the 1st of October.
Is he?
Yeah, I'm delighted.
Congrats, Mark.
And it's great. We're going there to the wedding reception, which is brilliant. But then September's out for him, and October's out, so he'll have to fight November. So he's desperate to try and see if he can get to Portsmouth.
I know a great fight.
What?
Viola.
Mark Little. You just want to keep throwing me over away. No. No, listen, at the moment, Mark is going to progress his own way, and Biola wouldn't be. I mean, Biola's got a lot more experience than him at the moment, and he's done a lot of amateurs. Biola, so it wouldn't be the right fight for him at the moment.
Yeah. So Mark's cruiserweight at the moment, isn't he? But
Yeah.
there's talk of him going down possibly to light heavy.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly. But I mean, he's got a great
That's
trainer in
Paul
Paul
Crook,
Crook,
yes,
so
yeah.
we're just going to keep progressing and increase the quality of opponents for him bit by bit by bit. And realistically, he's not one of those lads that we're saying, right, we're ready for titles now. We know where we're going, and we're going to do it the right way. And I'm certain we're going to get in there to winning titles. And if we win the Southern Area, which I think we will in due course at some point, but it will be after Wadi's long gone on to other things, then I think then we'll just progress him from Southern Area and then go to English. But we're just going to develop him through his learning. But he's an absolute pleasure to deal with. Again, like nearly all of our boxers, a pleasure to deal with. He's a lovely lovely kid. I've got all the time in the world.
I'll back that up. Mark Little is a lovely bloke.
Yeah.
JP Smith, you need to bottle this little segment from Olivia. It was top class. Oh, there you go.
Thank you.
JP Smith, who runs a Boxing Luton account, I think, on Twitter. Very nice bloke. Hello, JP. Matthew Hale, very impressed with Dean Richardson Saturday night. Looks a good fighter.
Yeah, I'll rate him.
Yeah.
Rate him. 2 out of 2. He's a really good prospect. Once again, he's only young. He's 20 years of age, but he's got a bright future ahead. But you know, I have these things, and I mean, I'll bring in a fighter that used to train with Joel here, but you get a really good talented kid like Dean, and I'll give another talented kid like Tommy Martin.
Yeah.
And I'll say this now, I think Tommy's a great fighter, all respect in the world for him, but the John Wayne fight was too quick.
Yeah.
And you can mess a fighter up going that quick in that war. I don't think he's ready. So we're going to bring the fighters along. We're not going to go into wars too early. And this is what I stress to them. We want to deliver them when they're capable of winning. And I just felt that Tommy, it was that bit too quick for him. So we won't be making those mistakes with our fighters. And Dean will be brought along. And yes, he's a talent. The risk could be that he accelerates too quick too early. So we're going to have to rein it back and deliver him at the right time.
Yeah.
But I think he's, again, his mum does all that helps him out. She's a lovely lady. Comes from a lovely family. He's a nice kid. And as long as we work together and we do it with his trainer Barry O'Connell, I think we'll deliver him at the right time for titles. But he's definitely going to be winning titles.
You're probably going to get Tommy Martin coming in now saying you've
But I
called him
wasn't,
out.
I wasn't
Based on
expecting. I like Tommy Martin. He's a great kid.
Just speaking the truth, isn't it?
I wasn't saying about but Tommy as a fighter is a great fighter. I just don't think it was the right fight for him at the right time.
Ricky Wright, would Steve ever consider reviving the prize fighter style tournaments on his show as Hearns announced he's not going to stage them anymore?
Has he said that?
Yeah.
Really? It is something. Well, something to consider.
There you go. You can take the credit for that, Ricky Wright, if that ever comes off.
I was quite surprised about it. I mean, I knew when I spoke to them earlier, they said they were looking at doing one in the summer. So obviously, I think the situation with them is they've got dates and they're signing more and more fighters.
Yeah.
So they can't afford to give dates to prize fighters. So there's something that's a possibility. But you've got to have a good backup for that, and there's got to be money and you've got to have TV involved. That's a possibility.
And as a prize fighter winner, how illustrious is that in your career?
That was amazing. That was amazing. I don't think nothing else will beat that. Like regardless, if I obviously.
Yes, it will.
Yeah, but for now, to me, like the prize fight was just something else. You know, it was just incredible. But at the same time, you know, I played it through my mind as well because I lost for the English title, and I knew I was going to win the prize fight. I even had a dream I was going to face what's the guy's name? Bloody hell.
Someone.
Yeah. Anyway, and so I won. That was an amazing feeling. Move on now.
Excellent. Lucy Bullen, hi guys, love the Goodwin boxing show. It's a great show, very lively, and I always look forward to the next one. The boxers are always great to look at too, as is that Martin Theobald, who's really handsome. Thank you, Lucy. I appreciate that.
Take it.
Not with that shirt on, is he?
I wore this out of respect for Steve, and you know, he hasn't flowered up. Mark Little, thanks for the great words, Steve. Thanks for the opportunity. I won't let you down. Terry Hayes, shout out to Matt McCarthy becoming a dad this afternoon. Congrats, Matt. Again,
Congratulations.
Saturday night. Congratulations, Matt. Right, so we'll come back to any interactions towards the end. So we wanted to quickly run through the tweets of the week. So I wanted to start off with what can only be described as a brave move by Ahara Davis, lightweight. Stage 1 complete, almost finished. which that is something else, Ahara. So congratulations, pal. I'd love to see what stage 2 is going to involve. Jamie Cox, super middleweight, moved up from middleweight. Luke Blackledge has no a-hole. He is just a big talker. There's fighters and talkers. I told him before I'd take him out minutes, not rounds.
Actually, you can't say that about Luke Blackledge. He went in with Callum Smith, didn't he? He got caught and knocked out, but he went in with Lee Markham and fought Lee Markham. And you can't say that about Luke Blackledge. One thing about him, he came from no amateur experience, from the unlicensed scene. And one thing about that man, he's got plenty of balls. So you can't say that. That's disrespectful. That's not acceptable.
You've been told off, Jamie.
I don't know, Luke. It's not It's not a personal thing. You just can't say that.
Carl Frampton now becoming a regular, who is possibly the best man on Twitter. On the back of Alexander Povetkin, having handed in a drug sample where he's failed in the build-up to the Wilder fight.
Oh.
I don't know what's worse, being on the juice or looking like Shirley from EastEnders. Which is a lovely look-alike between the two of them. Yeah, excellent. So, we've got Daniel Woodgate's joined. I'm sure you'll say hello to Daniel.
How you doing, buddy?
Robin Deakin wannabe. John Murray, Rocky Fielding, he went in with Steve. Yeah.
It's Rocky Fielding, yes, sorry, Rocky Fielding. Apologies, John, yeah.
Alright, so we've reached the point now where Kevin gets to turn us into little performing monkeys in his
I
show.
don't know why I get the blame for this every week.
This is your show, this every week. Right, so gentlemen, you two have been roped into it this week after I got floored by a woman last week. Yeah, I'm also involved in this. So Kevin has had the idea of doing the cinnamon challenge. So I don't know how aware you are of this. Not very, by the looks of it. Great. Nice and easy.
I don't want to be aware.
Right. What have we got here? Laura.
There's a bucket in front, right, and there's
You need
a
Laura
box.
for that shirt.
Wow.
Behave, Laura, you love this shirt. Daniel Woodgate, watching from sunny Cyprus. Hope you're all well, lads. Robin Deakin, Ahara Davis is a Robin Deakin wannabe. Alright. So, the idea is, because I'm talking now, to put this off.
I'd tell you that you might need that box.
Yeah, you might want to put that bucket right by you.
There's
Right,
a big box.
okay.
There's a big
Well,
box.
put it
This
in
side,
the box.
this side. You might need that.
So, how much of this spoon would you be doing?
A whole spoonful. The idea is you've got to try and swallow it. Have you ever seen this challenge before?
I think I've seen.
Yeah.
I think I've seen it on telly.
Right. There's
It gets stuck in your front.
you'll need some bottles of water. Put it that way.
If you wanted wine,
That'll
as
make you
you.
choke more if you drunk the water.
Right, who's up first then?
Ladies first.
Joel's going to do it.
Joe, go on.
Joel, yeah! Come on, Joel. This
Have
is
you got some water, Joel?
It's helping your weight loss from making you fight. You throw up into this.
Joel McIntyre, new to the team, straight in with the challenge.
Barry Smith, good luck, Joel. You're a nice bloke. I wish you all the best in your career. We'll always support
That's
you.
nice.
I love you, man. I love you.
Yeah, I don't know if he means with this challenge. Good luck.
I don't need it, but oh man. You know what? I don't even look cinnamon.
Have you got some water? Before you do that, Joel, you got some water?
It's just needed just in case.
Give me a trigger.
I'd move, buddy. Yeah, you're gonna.
No problem.
Oh, he smashed it! How did he do that?
Right, Waddy, you're up. Come on.
Give me one sweat.
It's not. I'm not joking. I'm not gonna lie.
I've never seen anyone
I
do
can actually make a snort it.
I've never seen anyone do that. I've never seen anyone.
He's going to water.
He didn't have enough in there. That's a
it.
problem.
Get stuck.
Right, where's your spoon gone, Joel?
Make sure it's a big. Make sure it's a big spoonful for Wally.
Waddy, he's a cruiserweight. Joel's only a light heavy, so.
More than that.
Yeah, it's got to be a full. It's got to be a
I'm a
full.
light heavyweight now.
Keep going, keep going.
Calm down.
There you go. That's a proper spoon. Hang on. Hang on.
Like a pro, says Andy Gattenby.
What do you got to say that?
Come on, Waddy.
See ya.
You got to see if you can do it without the water, if you can.
I'll stop that.
You ready?
No,
You're
you
Come
Go
on. You're the real man.
Don't drink that. It's what it is.
Yeah, buddy.
Nobody.
Nobody, Waddy.
Nobody.
Joe.
Martin's turn.
You can't drink water. Someone's commented and said you can't drink water beforehand. That's why Joel got away with it.
I think that's why, yeah.
Joe will have to do it again.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, Steve, you haven't enough.
Joe, you're going to have to go again.
Yeah, Joe, you
Joe, yeah, you have to do it
Enough,
again.
it's run out.
No, there's plenty more. There's more for you. I've saved you a bit. You can have another go.
take the
Joe.
water away from Martin, Dad, so he can't cheat.
There you go.
You got to say.
Drink some water first.
No,
No,
can't do that. Can't do that.
Louise Mitchell, you win.
Yeah, you're winning.
It's nasty.
Here we go. I'd rather get decked by a woman again.
Go on, Martin, swallow it.
Drink water.
It looks like he's gonna blow.
He's gonna fit.
Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Has he done it?
All good.
Yeah. God.
Ah, sake.
Wow.
Ah.
Still stuck in my throat.
Ah. Right, what comments we got? Laura, go on, Martin, spit it out on that shirt. Ruin this beauty, no chance.
Ricky Wright said he cheated. He drank water first. He didn't have enough on his spoon. So
What's that?
Okay,
that was it,
who's
Joel.
not-
That was it, Joel. That was.
Come on, you've got to do
Go on,
it.
Joel.
Let's just take the runner up. I'll just.
Possibly the best comment.
I'll win the challenge.
Before we start this, we've had a Wadi Camacho.
Come on, let's go for Joel now. Let's go. Joel's going to do it. No cheating.
No water, no water.
Fucking hell, mate.
You can do it.
Go on, Joel. Go on, Joel.
What are you doing to me?
Not me out.
Well done, Joel. Well done.
Andy Gamby, did you go shopping with Alfie Moon when you got your shirt? Yep. Steve next.
I'm too old.
You're too old.
Yeah, apparently you can't do it if you're over 50.
Right, that just about rounds things up, I think, and I can't really breathe very well. So, thank you all for watching. Please feel free to share the video and anything that you like. And thank you to everyone who's made the effort to come up here today. And obviously, we wish them all well in the future.
Hope you can breathe.
Yeah, have a safe journey back. Thank you for watching.